Can we be rich with just 0.01 Bitcoin? You wanna know about that? You wanna know the last information about the crypto world? Smash the like button. It's time for Crypto News, Crypto to the Most with Rodrigo Ornido, Crypto News. Today we echo the street from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Arthur Kiyosaki. He says, even 0.1 of a Bitcoin 0.01 is going to be priceless in 2 years and maybe make you very rich. Well, maybe this is true, maybe this is not. How much will be right now 0.01? Remember that if you go to CoinGecko, you have there a calculator for Bitcoin that would be around $1,000. Also, of course, you can go directly to Bitpanda. You have the link in the description below, and you can buy right now that 0.0, and you'll know how much that would mean for you. In euros, that would be 967. So the question today is, just with that, we can be rich, like Kiyosaki is telling us. I also recommend you to watch his not watch his video, but watch the video I created about his book. You have it on funontheride.com. You have so many resources out there, and you can find further examples, the books that I would recommend you to read. And there you have not just the link to the videos, but also videos with more information. Here you have the video I created about this book from Kiyosaki, and in this list, so many other books that you can have a sum up from myself and then decide if you want to buy them or not. I leave you the link in the description below. And back to the idea of Kiyosaki. Well, Grok says that if we are conservative with the price of Bitcoin in the next 2 years, you can have a rentability of 354%. That would be that you will earn 3,900. You will make close to $4,000 just with that investment. If we are not that conservative, maybe you make 6,400, which is 581%. If we go bullish, you might make close to $9,000 with a rentability of 809%, which is crazy, and you're not gonna find something like that out there. But what if Bitcoin makes the $1 million that might be around 2030? Well, maybe if we get there at that point and you bought your 0.01 Bitcoin, you're gonna get $10,000, which is an earnings of 809% rentability. Crazy rentability that will only give you Bitcoin. And from time to time, I find it very difficult to convince people to buy Bitcoin. I'm not an expert. This is not financial advice, but when I'm trying to make the case that Bitcoin may be a good idea, people will not buy because they are like, well, I'm just gonna make like 3,000, 4,000, 6,000. This is not gonna change my life. Well, let's put that into perspective. If you invest in the stock market, you're gonna get 7 to 10%. So your $1,100 will become $1,600, which is not as much as with Bitcoin. Also, in an account where you have your savings, you're gonna get like 2-3% annually. So in these 4 years, your 1,100 is going to be 1,130 or 1,150. So it's just an earning of 30 to 50 bucks, which is stupid if you compare it with the rentability that Bitcoin can provide. 6-8 times more than Standard Poor's 500, 20-30 times more than a saving account. So where else you can multiply your money for 9 in this short time? Nowhere. If you are interested in this topic, you can go to the 2 videos that we already dedicated with that just type 0.1 in the search box and you have these two videos. In the last time, it's funny enough that Kiyosaki got again this tweet. He was talking then with the moment that Bitcoin gets to the Michael Saylor prediction, which is that one Bitcoin is going to be $30 million, or even what would happen with Bitcoin if it got to $1 million, and you have your investment at that point, as we are doing today, 0.01 or 0.1. Well, of course, at that point, Bitcoin was lower, so it was a better idea. At that point, you'll make more. And probably the idea here is that we are going to make this video again in like 6 months or 1 year, and maybe if you don't decide today, you're going to have a worse deal in the future. What's the whole thing? We told you not just about that scenario with 1 million, some very interesting information where you can find price of Bitcoin anytime. And also we told you about the previous video where we were talking not just about if we're going to be millionaires because of mathematics and these projections, but also because we still have the opportunity of getting some of this Bitcoin, but in the future, maybe just having that little bit is going to make a difference, not because the price, because the exclusivity of the digital assets. Consider that from the past to the future, death is calling at some doors. We call already $10,000, $100K, and the next door we have to call is $1 million. It will happen, it will not, we'll see it with time. But right now, Bitcoin seems to be making this pattern. This is a cup and handle pattern that will bring us to a target of $125,000. Interestingly enough, everybody believes, myself included, that we might be following the path Bitcoin did with the price 2016, 2017. If that's the case, the parabola time is ahead of us. And you can see that I'm playing here with TradingView, link in the description below, to see if we are emulating that time, just moving. This chart is the ghost pattern, and you can see how similar it is. I don't know where to stop it, but if I stop it there, you can see that the movement we had would bring Bitcoin right now in just some months to $2 million. By this very December, we can be at $2 million. I don't believe that's going to happen because it's too crazy, but this happened in the past. So why not? I have also, no reason to believe it can happen. It can. But for that to happen, Bitcoin needs to go up. Here we have the daily. We're still fighting today to go higher. I told you in previous video everything about the charts of Bitcoin, so I'm not gonna repeat that today. The data that I provided you there still works today, so go watch it and smash the like button. We were expecting Jerome Powell to talk, and he did this speech, but there was no news whatsoever about the market, about the rates, or the controversial with Donald Trump. He just said that you have to fight for democracy, and also for all the students there, that you need to take risks, you need to make risks so that you are wealthy in the future, or at least you had there a chance. Take risks. Bitcoin, I think, is a safe one. Also believes that coin tracking, they publicly stated this on their Twitter account. The Bitcoin magazine posts Strong Media Group to raise $3 billion to buy Bitcoin in crypto. So yeah, this is going to be the first biggest political big push to make US the crypto capital of the world. Donald Trump keeps on being the best troll out there, the crypto bro that is pushing the market, as Michael Saylor is doing. He finally bought more Bitcoin as we expected yesterday. Also interesting that today US Senator Cynthia Lummis will give an update on her plan to buy 1 million Bitcoin. The Trump administration attendants not priced in. They are all pro-coiners, as in Europe, the blockchain group They plan to buy 590 Bitcoin after the completion of its bond sale. So more and more companies buying, good for our interests, as publicly traded DDC Enterprise in Hong Kong. They're buying 21 Bitcoin for their treasury. They plan to buy 5,000 Bitcoin, not priced in, as it's not priced in that we're going to have the conference Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas. We saw some Cybertruck, Bitcoin Cybertrucks going to that event that I will tell you everything about, of course. We are waiting there for Donald Trump Jr. to speak, also Jim Justice, Zinnia Loomis, Marsha Blackburn, Robert Mitnick, and White House crypto czar David Sachs. So hopefully they say something interesting this time and not the fail that we had with Donald Trump with the pizza day. But not just good news from United States, also from UAE. Dubai Land Department teams up with CTRL Alt to launch the real estate tokenization project, selecting XRP Ledger as the blockchain of choice. So we know that tokenization is going to be a huge narrative in the future, and Dubai is getting ready there and using XRP. Good for the cryptocurrency, good for the Emirates, but also good for people like myself that we live there, because among so many other advantages, everyone living in Dubai will soon get free ChatGPT Plus subscription. So I'm gonna have it for free. I'm paying it right now, but as soon as they tell me I have to shop it, I will. It's good that the government is fighting for us and providing us every day more and more. Now on AI, very, very interested. I told you about all this in previous videos. I forgot to tell you in the last one that previous week was the all-time high on the weekly close for Bitcoin. 2 times in a row, Bitcoin is closing the weekly in the all-time high, and we are not doing it still above the previous high, 109, but this week can be the one. The 3rd in a row close all-time high and also higher than the previous high. Very interested, but still I fear this chart that would bring us the other side of the coin, that would bring Bitcoin down in the next weeks to around $89,000. We'll see about that. The bubbles today are mostly in the red, and we have some winners like, for example, Quant, but mostly we have losers. Monero, Bong, P Network, Sui, even Hyperliquid going down close to 3%. And Ethereum, that right now as I record the videos in the green, but I still not confident that we are not gonna follow the chart we told you in previous videos. Watch them all. Hyperliquid in a very interesting point in my opinion, as we are finding support in the previous high. So do you think it's a good moment for your buy, or are you gonna wait to around $30 to make yours? Sui, so happy for me that broke the previous lows. So that means that maybe, just maybe, we're going to visit the 2.4, my entry point for Sui. We'll see about that. We just knew today that Sui is committing $10 million to security initiatives following the Zetus incident. Funds will go toward audits, bug bounties, and formal verification to strengthen the ecosystem after the recent DApp exploit. So good to see that the project is getting stronger and it's not failing but going higher. And we have a good one for IOTA. IOTA Identity is in beta, mainnet compatible. So yeah, I still believe, I still have faith on IOTA. So we'll see. We need to retest the 0.1 or we still gonna fly in the next weeks to come. Remember, this week is your last opportunity to get a free account of coin tracking, link in the description below, and turn it into a pro. 3 winners are gonna be lucky enough, And I'm fighting with the company to turn pro into expert or expert into unlimited. So get today the free or the pro or the expert or the unlimited if you want, and you help the channel and you are eligible to win this draw. Thank you very much. Also, remember, it's the last opportunity this week. If you buy a ledger, any kind of ledger, you are eligible to get this collectionist edition. This collectible is a Punji Penguin Flex ledger that I'm gonna give away to one of you. Remember to text me. You have to write me an email to funontheride@gmail.com with some kind of number of your bot, so that I believe that you did in this month this bot. And with that, we say goodbye today, thinking of chilling a little bit like this cat is doing at this very, very comfy couch. Remember to keep on learning. I am researching already for the next show here. Of course, Rodrigo Arnedo, Noticias, Bitcoin, CryptoNews, Fan on the Ride, health, money, love, pouring in peace, and the best is yet to come. To the moon!